Hey Flosstube, it's Katie the Stash Queen coming to you on this Monday, October the 10th for my official 100th Flosstube video. Huh? No idea how we got to 100. Thank you all for the journey. It's been a lot of fun and I hope to keep doing it for a while. I hope everyone had a great stitchy week. I had a very good stitchy week. Had a good health week, had some doctor's appointments, and I think we've got some stuff under control, just adjusting to some new medication, which can be loads of fun. Today I woke up, and so did my sister or my daughter, with the seasonal allergy, cold, I can't hear out of this ear, gunk thing. It happens every year at the change of the seasons, from winter to spring and from summer to fall, every year. So I know I sound a little froggy, and I've got a lot to talk about, so we'll just go ahead and get started. Start as always with my Q&A. Deborah Brown had 2 questions. She said, first, I've just recently got the bug to start stitching again and found Flosstube. I'm wondering what is the year starts that you talk about. Starting in January this past year, in 2016, I and several others started on this crazy journey of starting a new project every day for the whole year of 2016. So I have been doing that. I am in the October. I have a ton of new starts as a result. And I and several others are planning on doing a year of starts for 2017. We had several people join us, some who are as crazy as me, who did 1 start every day. Some people did 1 start every week. Some did 1 start every month. Some did a combination thereof. It's just been kind of like a stitch along that's just been a whole lot of fun. She also asked, how do you get the creases out of your fabric without washing it? Ironing without the steam, or if you have a good framer, they can help get it out for you. It's just me. Tori R. asked if the teacup patterns are still available. The Google says that the creator passed away and the website is not online. The creator did pass away. I got them before she passed away, and I've had them in my stash for a while. Last I heard, her children were looking into how to offer some of those things that were on the website, because there's several patterns that were on the website that were free. But for now, I don't know of any place where they are legally available online. Sarah Richards asked, how do you maintain your level of enthusiasm? Mine waxes and wanes, so some days I do loads, other days nothing at all. What keeps the excitement there for you? Sorry, I'm trying to pop my ear because it's really annoying that I can't hear out of it right now. Once upon a time, I was a 1 project at a time stitcher, or like a 2 or 3 project at a time stitcher, and I got bored really fast. Because I'd want something else to work on. I loved the projects I was working on, but it was much easier for me to lose my stitchy bug. And then I started having lots of projects and starting all the things. Sorry. And so that has helped with the enthusiasm for sure. Plus, stitching is very much part of a way I deal with stress and anxiety and depression and anything else that I need to deal with. Frustration that I need to stab a lot of fabric, which I was doing last night during the presidential debate. That's all I'll say about that. So it's a good release. But honestly, the year of starts has helped a lot with the enthusiasm. Not that it was really waning before the start of this year, but there's so much to do now. I can have all sorts of fun projects, and it's a lot of fun. Then Mary Jo Molding asked, how many starts are you up to now? I have, per my app that I checked right before I started this video, I have 295 projects started. Now remember, several of my projects, like especially ones you'll see today, that I worked on, like the teacups, the Year of Celebrations, the Classic Christmas Charm, a lot of those are multi-part pieces that I'm counting for the year of starts, but it's one piece in my tracking in the Xstitch app. So there are 295 separate projects in my Xstitch app that I have started as of today. There's more. And those were all my Q&A for this week. Thank you everyone as always for your questions. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer next week. All right, week in review. Like I said, it was a good stitchy week. I got the first of my monthly sales done. This is Postcards from the World by Clouds Factory on 32 Joblin and Ice Goddess from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie using flosses and silks from Mo's Sale. And there is New York with 1994 underneath it because that was the first time I visited New York. Saw Tommy on Broadway. It was awesome. I've been back several times since. And there's my Moulin Rouge Needleminder from Delicious Threads. And here is the whole piece at this point. We only have 2 more to go. Wonder where we'll go. I'm excited. And I saw on Facebook earlier that Clouds Factory has sneak peeks coming possibly for their sale for next year. But this one is done for the month. Haven't gotten to any of the other sales yet. I've been tweaking and playing with how I stitch during the day. So I'm hoping I could have another one done this week. We'll see how that goes. If not more. Focus for a Finish, Some Days You're the House. I got a lot done on it this week. It's by Coffee Stitcher Designs. It is on a 28 Joblin solo die from Silk Weavers. The internal portion of the house is done. I still have to do the roof and some other details, but yay! I used almost an entire skein of Weeks Dye Works for that. And then here's my Needleminder, my Wicked Witch Needleminder from Nifty Needle Nannies. I'm so excited to be on a different part than the house. Love the house. Love the design, Garrett. But it's really nice to be on a different part of it now. Then my annual mania, I can never say that, especially when I'm sick. My annual mania sal this week, it was a chatelaine week for me, and I got a lot done. I just had so much fun with it this week. It was the Baltic Sea mandala. And I am stitching this on 32 Lugana in Mercedes from Picture This Plus. I made so much progress this week. I was so happy. Here we are. Look at those seashells. Those are stitched. That entire center section, all around it, the only thing that's left in there is beads, and I won't do that till the end. And then I started the first side. That will be repeated on all 4 sides. But yeah, I am so proud of this. It was so much fun. And my minder is from Gina's Unique Boutique, but I've seen it several other places. So yay. I'm kind of sad to be putting it away, honestly. I was getting... And this is not my favorite of my 3 mandalas that I'm doing. Not that I dislike any of the 3, but it wasn't my favorite, but it became my favorite this week. I just love those seashells. Then, sorry, popping the ear. The monthly Mania Sal this week, or this month, is Baps and Smalls, We Love Them All. So for week 1, I worked on my American Flag Quilt Sampler by Rosewood Manor. And I am pleased with where I got to. Show you guys. This is just being done on a 28 count off-white linen. I got the South Carolina block done and the New Hampshire block done. I need to fix some back stitching in some of the other older ones, but I can do that next time. But I'm really, really proud of this. This is the second row is done except for this blue. So when I get back to it, I can start on the 3rd row of the blue section. And my minder is a little Patriotic Heart Needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Yay! So week 2 started this past Saturday. And for week 2, I am working on my Butterfly Rose Cross from Rosewood Manor. Or not Rosewood Manor. Butterfly Rose Cross from Heaven and Earth Designs. Told you I'm kind of out of it today. And I am doing this on 18 count off-white Aida. And here is where we are at this point. When I picked this up on Saturday, I realized that this entire area that I had is only one color. So I'm just filling in that one color. If I can get a page finish on this week, that will be my goal. I've already gotten a good amount of progress on it. And then there's my little blue jewel needle minder from Gina's Unique Boutique. So I will continue working on this through Friday. And then it'll be time for a new piece, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. Sorry, gotta get these closed. So, air. So for the year of starts, I got all of my pieces started. First one is an electronic pattern. I will put a link to it below. It is Doctor Who Companions by Wee Little Stitches. And I am doing it on 32 Jovelin in Chesapeake Bay from Under the Sea Fabrics. And here's where I got to. This is Amy Pond in her kissogram outfit. And my minder's my Wibbly Wobbly Tiny Wimey Stuffed Minder from Nifty Needle Manny's. Then the next one is the fabric storage label, which is this one right down here, from Cross Stitch Gold, October 2012, and I'm doing that whole series on white perforated paper. So here is where we got to with the bee in the middle. Then the next one is another electronic pattern. Put this in there. It is The Halloween Fairy by Nora Corbett, and I will insert a picture of it, or insert a link down below in the comments. I really am out of it today. And I am doing this on 28 Jovelin in Heaven's Fury from Under the Sea Fabrics. And here's where I am at this point. Just a little start. And my minder is I Have Flying Monkeys, Don't Make Me Use Them minder from Gina's Unique Boutique. This fabric is going to look awesome for this. I'm excited. Then the next one is my Year of Celebrations, the series from Cross Stitch Needlework magazine. I started October. And this whole series is being done on 32 Belfast in Autumn from Under the Sea Fabrics. And here is, I'm doing it 1/2. So there's the start for October. And here's the whole piece at this point. Only 2 more months to start. Yay! And my minder is a little rainbow needle minder from Minding My Minders. Then, so this one is one of those where I've counted it as 12 starts because I'm starting a new section each month, but I'm only counting it as one project in my list. So, speaking of, the next one is Classic Christmas Charm, also from Cross Stitch Needlework magazine. And I started on ornament number 7, which is this one right down here. And I'm doing these all as on one piece of 32 Jovelin in Simply Sage from Handmade Fabrics by Stephanie. And here is the 7th ornament block started. And here's the whole thing at this point. So I have 2 more blocks to start. One in November, one in December. My little thingy Santa needle minder from Nifty Needle Manny's. Then the next one is the last portion of the Naughty Reindeer Train, which is the caboose, and this whole series was in Cross Stitch Needleworks Holiday 2015 issue. And I have done all of them on silver perforated paper, so here's the start of the caboose. So all 5 parts have been started now. So now it just goes in my rotation as a whip. Yay! Then the last of my new starts this week is an electronic pattern. I'll put a link to it below. It is Vincent Van Gogh's Mini Gallery from Clouds Factory, and I am doing it on 32 count linen in J from Picture This Plus. And here's the little start of Vincent right there. And I have my Starry Night needle minder from No Name Needle Minders. So those were all my starts. I also got 6 whips worked on this week. There's only one holdover. I'm excited. So, whips. First one that I worked on this week was from the Just Cross Stitch 2015 ornament issue, which has a few things that I'm showing you this week. And it is this one right here. It's Tangled, which is by Carolyn Manning Designs. And I am stitching that guy on, where is it? on my list. I'm 32 Joblin in Opal Lugana, in Peppermint Sparkle from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. And here's where I got to. I work more on his scarf. And I've decided I'm going to use some beads in this too, so there'll be even more bling. Because we know I love the bling. And my minder is a little ornament needle minder from Nifty Needleminder, which I found a needle on. There's a needle. Put it on one of these pieces so it makes it back downstairs to my stitchy spot, because it's one of the needles I like using. Then the next one was from Joan Elliott's Cross Stitch Sentiments and Sayings book, and it is Temptation. There's this one right down here. It says, "Lead me not into temptation, I already know the way." And I am doing this on 32 Belfast and Florin from Under the Sea Fabrics, and here's what I was able to get to. I worked more on the words. Lead me not into temptation, I already, and then a line. And my minder is from Nifty Needleminder. Then the next one is an electronic pattern. I will put a link to it below. It is The Doctors from Wee Little Stitches, and I'm stitching them on 32 Belfast and Bluebonnet from Under the Sea Fabrics. Here's where I got to. Almost finished the first Doctor. And then my little TARDIS needle minder from Minding My Minders is where I got mine, but there's several other places that I've seen it now. Then the next one was my Think Happy, Be Happy row by Bent Creek. I was happy to get back to this one, no pun intended. And I am doing this on 32 Lugana in Pewter from Picture This Plus, and I am using flosses from Mo's Sale. So here's where I was able to get to at this point. I finished this whole first part of the circular background and started the T in the first word, and I have a little joy needle minder from Minding My Minders, or not Minding My Minders, from Nifty Needleminder. Forgive me. Clearly I'm not doing so well today. Good news, my back is better. That's been taken care of. Then the next one is another electronic pattern. It is Thor and Loki from Cloud's Factory, and I will put a link to it below. And I am doing this on a 32 Belfast solo die from Silk Weavers. And here's where I got to. I substituted out this metallic. It was just called for regular DMC, but I made it metallic because I wanted it blingy. So there's Loki's staff. Let's start on Loki. And there's my Loki needle minder from Minding My Minders. And then Thor, I'll do the same thing with making some of him blingy. And then the last of my whips that I got to this week is the thread storage label from that same series that the fabric one is from. So it's from Cross Stitch Gold, October 2012. Thread is this one right here where the page break is, right there in the middle. Can't really get a good, but there you go. And I am doing that like the others on white perforated paper. For this one I am using DMC Coloris threads, and I got most of the words stitched. So made some good progress. So yeah, productive stitchy week. I was happy. So let's look at what I have in the week ahead after I take a drink. So I have 3 of my monthly styles left: the Magical Creatures Calendar, Pumpkin Passport, and the Lakeside Needlecraft Stitch Along. I will work on at least one of them this week. We'll see which one I get to and how far I get. I will continue working on Some Days You're the House by Copy Stitch Design because I'm getting much closer to a finish now that the house is almost fully done. The Annual Mania Sal. This week for me is a Brooks Books week, so I will be working on my Spirit of Cross Stitch Angel. And I have already finished her wings and the little puppy dog. So now I am working, last time I worked on it, I finished the basket, and I've got this little strawberry thing, and I'm working on her. So we'll see how far I get on it this week. Then for the monthly Mania Sal, I will continue working on the Butterfly Rose Cross until Friday, and then on Saturday, I've done 2 BAPs. This now I'm going to do the rest of the month is going to be smalls. The one that I have picked on to start on Saturday is an electronic pattern. It's Applejack from the My Little Pony group from Pixels and Stitches, and I'm doing them all in perforated plastic. There is my Applejack. If I finish her before the week is over, I will move on to one of these others, because I have planned for the final week to do another one of these. So if I can get all 4 done in the last 2 weeks, that would be awesome. And then I would not know what to do with myself. That would be 4 more finishes for me, because I have counted them as 6 separate projects. That would be awesome. All right, for the year of starts, for this week, first one that I have is an electronic pattern. I'll put a link to it below. It's the Claude Monet Mini Gallery from Clouds Factory, and I'm doing it on 32 Joblin in Sea Witch from Under the Sea Fabrics. Pretty purple. Then I have a blingy jewel needleminder from Gina's Unique Boutique. Then I have the next in my Teacup Herbs series. It's Time, which is this one right up here. And I am doing it, it's from Just Cross Stitch April 2015. And I am just doing it on 28 count white Joblin. And I have a clock needle minder from Minding My Minders. Get it? Time. Clock. I'm cheesy, I know. Then the next one. Let's see here. I got to cover up the pattern because it's on the same page as the picture. It is from the World of Cross Stitching issue number 222. It is the Stained Glass Angel right here. Sorry, I got to cover up the pattern. And I am doing it on 28 Joblin in Kaleidoscope from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. I've got a little pearl needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. Then the next one comes from Just Cross Stitch 2015 ornament issue. It is Merry Christmas with Love from Tempting Tangles Designs, which is this one right down here. Right there. And I am doing it on 28 Joblin in Tropical from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie to kind of mirror the orangey background of the one in the magazine. And my minder is Every Time a Bell Rings, an Angel Gets Its Wings from Minding My Minders. Then the 5th one that I've got is from Just Cross Stitch ornament issue from 2011. And it is called Christmas Quilt, and it's by Julia Lucas Designs. It's this one right up here. And I'm just doing this on an 18 count white Ada from my stash. And I have a little minder, a little ornament minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Then the next one is from the 2013 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. And it is by Sue Hillis Designs. It's Mary Stitchmas, which is this one right up here. And I am doing it, because I think it'll be fun, I am doing it on 32 Belfast and Frozen Margarita from Under the Sea Fabrics, because the bright green I think will be fun. My minder's little penguin needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. And the last of my new starts this week is called Stunning Stockings. It's from World of Cross Stitching issue number 221. There you go. And I'm doing them on 32 Joblin in Bloodlust from Under the Sea Fabrics. Pretty red color, but I think the other reds will stand off on it. And I have a Cindy Lou Who needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. So those are my starts for this week. Yay! I have one holdover whip, so that's just staying in my stash. I'll show that to you guys, hopefully, if I get to it this week. But I have 6 other whips that I have pulled to go into my rotation. The first one is today from the Cross Stitch and Needlework July 2013. And I am doing this on perforated plastic. Here's where I got to when I started it. So working on that pink. I have a little Gemini bottle cap needle minder from Minding My Minders. Then the next one I have is also from this. It's tomorrow. That's what happens when you work an ABC order. And I am also doing this on perforated plastic. Here's where that one is gotten to. And my little Minecraft head needle minder from Nifty Needle Nannies. Then the next one is an electronic pattern. I have a lot of those this month, or this week. So I'll put a link to it below. It's the Tree of Life from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm doing it on 20 count Lugana, white Lugana. And here's where I got to over 1. Where I got to when I started on it. I just have a Heaven and Earth Designs needle minder. Then the next one is the last that I need for this magazine. The 2015 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. It is by Ink Circles. It is Truly Endless Knot number 2. And I am doing it on 32 Lugana in Mint from Picture This Plus using silks from Mo's sale. And here's where I am at this point. I do have plans to start Truly Endless Knot number 1 at some point.